Greetings, and today my daughter Annie is hijacking the channel.
I have my mask I use for everything that is gross, so just gonna add that in. Do you use kidney beans when you make bean dip?
And she's gonna show you just how healthy lazy can be.
Good morning, everybody. Today it is Thursday, and I'm gonna show you what I eat today. Time to make breakfast. I have to make breakfast for school. Oh, I have to make lunch for school. That's how you know it's early in the morning, folks. Okay, so I'll put you up here. For breakfast, we're gonna make a chunky monkey smoothie and a baked apple because those are really good. And I'm running low on time, so let's do this fast. So we're gonna add a banana, apples and bananas, apples and bananas, and then milk because it kind of shows you how much you need to add once the banana's added. Whoop. You don't want too much. That's probably not. Here, let me show you it. Wow, look at that angle. We're gonna add a spoon, just like a regular spoonful of cocoa powder, like that much. So like half of it, because like you don't want it to be too chocolatey, and you can always add more, but you can't take it out. We're gonna do the same thing with peanut butter, but we're gonna do like a heaping spoon of peanut butter, because that's what's making the smoothie fill you up in the morning. So about this much peanut butter. So it's like a full spoon, but extra. Hello? No. Okay. So just gonna add that in. Okay, that took too long. I'm using my finger for this the rest. Okay. And then you're just gonna blend that. And that's done. Woo! Like, you can have more peanut butter to make it thicker. You can have oats to make it thicker. And that's what I have like every day for breakfast too. It's good. Okay, so now I'm gonna make a peanut butter and jam sandwich. I know that is very like generic and it's not showing you anything, but this is what I have for lunch like a lot of the days because it's easy, it's quick, and it fills you up. This jam, got some stuff to say about her. We got from Costco. It is made with like dates and stuff. It's like plant-based. Well, why wouldn't jam be plant-based? Anyways, it uses like natural sugars and stuff. So that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, back to the peanut butter. We also get our peanut butter from Costco. I'm excited for Christmas. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I just want you in my home. That's my peanut butter and jam sandwich. This lovely concoction. Yes, this is our apple cutter. And yes, it's cooler than using a knife, so apple piece. Okay, next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna get yourself an air fryer, okay? I'm sure you could do this in the oven. Air fryer's quicker. You're just gonna take your apple and you're gonna break it into pieces and you're gonna plop it in the air fryer. And then you can add cinnamon or whatever. I don't know. Spicy stuff. I'm not gonna add anything. I don't really feel like it. So we're just gonna, here, this is what it looks like. Put it in. 7 minutes, and then it might not actually take 7 minutes. Okay, come cleaning with me real quick. Don't be lazy, just clean. Don't leave it for your parents, just clean. Now, we're gonna pack my lunch. Okie dokie. So, lunchbox only has a big bar. And we're just gonna put this in straight up. Just put my sandwich in it. Gonna add some crackers in here. This is a smoothie. Put it in a cup. This is really good. It just kind of tastes like a chocolate shake, but it's good. It tastes like just like banana, chocolate, and peanut butter. This is the apple. Apple tastes like sweeter apple. See you at dinner.
One eternity later.
Hello, everybody. Can you tell I've been affected by school air? Well, I have. We're having dinner early tonight because this fella right here has swimming. Okay, I'm gonna make nacho mountain. I forgot I was supposed to be filming, so I already started cutting the peppers. I'm actually gonna cook the beans before I finish the peppers because I want to make sure that the beans actually cook and I have enough time. Do you use kidney beans when you make bean dip? It's probably not gonna know what bean dip is. Okay, I got distracted. It says yes. The photos of bean dip on Google are disturbing, but we're gonna get back to this. Okay, let's find some kidney beans in our cupboard of beans. See, originally I was gonna make pesto pasta because that sounds good, but then I'm like, nachos. Why do we have so many beans? Am I blind? Are those kidney beans? Oh, those are kidney beans. This is what a kidney bean looks like, just so you know. Before anything escapes. Okay, let's make beans.
Okay.
Beans. How much water?
Just like 3 inches over top the beans.
Oh, that's a lot of water.
So put it on for 30 minutes.
Okay.
I have no idea what you're making. From our cookbook, can I look at the... If I look at the index, I can figure it out. Oh, we're having nachos?
Yeah.
Do we have enough chips?
Mom, that's what Mom's picking up. Oh, since this meal is like really pretty easy, we put the beans in. I'm kind of just gonna wait till the beans are done. So part of cooking is that you have to empty moldy stuff into the garbage. So let's do that. I have my mask I use for everything that is gross. Yes. Listen, you can think I'm weird, but like, you try emptying something that smells bad without a mask. Let's do this world some good. Salsa. It looks good, but it fizzes when you open it, so it's not good. Do I put it in the green bin? Ew, ew, ew. I hate emptying things. Oh, I smell it. Why do things have to smell vile when they go bad? Why can't they smell like marshmallows and flowers and perfume and cake? Oh my god. Bean time. Woo! We are putting some leftover lentils on the chips. Now we're gonna put some peppers on. Okay, we're gonna add some olives to the nachos, just like that. Preheat your oven to 350, was it? Yeah. 350 for the nachos. Usually put on the homemade cheese sauce that you can find in the cookbook. But we're running low on time today, so we're not doing that.
For those of you that want a slightly more elevated and whole food plant-based specifically version of these nacho mountains, we've got another video on the channel that I'm actually just going to add to the end of this video. So just keep on watching or skip to the end, and I'm going to show you the full recipe for that, including the cheese sauce, which is also in our cookbook, which I'll put a link to, and the QR code that's on the screen right now. But you can also get a physical hard copy by emailing me right here. So stick around for that. It's coming at the end of the video.
And then we're going to make guac. Salt and lime. Do you want to add anything other than salt and lime to guacamole? It's just to taste. It doesn't really like matter how much you put in. Just keep trying it as you put it in. Mom, what do you add to bean dip? Just salsa? And do you just mush it up with a fork like you do guac? And that's guac. Done. So when you're done dressing the nachos, the like 3 layers, you put it in for like 7 to 10 minutes, depending how crispy the stuff you want. And then for the beans, you can add like, start with like a quarter cup salsa. It kind of just depends on your preference. I kind of just dump some in, you know, and then you mush it with a fork. And that's literally it. Dinner by Annie and a little help from Mother. This is it. Okay, love y'all. Bye. Final product. Family approved.
This is a perfect example of how you can take a comfort food classic and make it whole food plant-based. We're gonna make loaded nachos, or as we call them in my family, Nacho Mountain. The first step is replacing what we would normally put on top would be like a ground beef, any kind of meat mixture. We're gonna make what I call Mexi lentils. So it's literally just putting a cup and 3/4 of water into a pressure cooker, a cup of lentils. I'm doubling the batch, so I got a lot more here. And then you're gonna add about 1 to 2 tablespoons of a taco spice mix. If you're making your own, it's mostly chili powder mixed with paprika, cumin, garlic salt, onion salt, red pepper flakes. Give it a really good mix. And then we are gonna cook that on the pressure cooker for about 10 minutes and then just let it sit. By the time everything else is ready, it'll be good to go. If you're doing this on a stove pot, you'll need a lot longer. You wanna bring it up to a boil and leave it for about 30 minutes. So now we are gonna make the nacho cheese. We're gonna take an onion and a carrot, saute that on the pan. If it starts to stick, you can throw in a little bit of broth. We're just gonna let that cook for about a minute. A little bit of salt on top. It helps to release juices inside the vegetables. I'm gonna add just a little bit of my broth. So now, I'm gonna throw in the potatoes, and we're gonna let that just cook for about 3 minutes. So this is cooked down to the right amount. And now we're gonna add some vegetable broth. Some tamari. You could also use soy sauce here, and some minced garlic. And we are gonna crank this up and get it up to the point where it's at a simmer. And then we're gonna leave it for about 10 to 15 minutes until the carrots and the potatoes are really, really soft. We're just gonna dump all of that good potato carrot goodness into our high-speed blender. This is where the nerdy magic happens. Some tahini, we have lemon juice, paprika, and garlic powder. And last but not least, nutritional yeast. This is the key to making it nice and cheesy. We are gonna blend this until it is nice and smooth, and then we're gonna add that tapioca starch. This is the stuff that's gonna make it really, really get thick and bind like a cheese. All right, so that's looking pretty well combined. So now we're gonna put it onto the stove top and stir it around and let it just kind of thicken a bit. The consistency you want is somewhat like a gravy, maybe a little thicker than gravy. That takes about 10 minutes, and then while we're doing that, we're gonna start to assemble our nachos. So now we have our little Mexi lentils. They're really ready to go. And they're just kind of clumpy and tasty and delicious. We got a nice little kick to them. I love these things. So we're just gonna really generously sprinkle that all over the top of these chips. I've just put on some diced red pepper and some green olives, but you can top these with whatever you want. You want some jalapenos on there? Go for it. Making a mess. It's all right, nachos are supposed to be messy, right? If you're not getting a little messy while you cook, you just don't care. So now we're gonna add that ooey gooey cheese. I just like to take a scoop of it and just slather it all over. So this acts a bit more like a queso in this recipe. What's great about this cheese is I will put this in the fridge and it's gonna thicken up, and then tomorrow I'll be able to use it like a spread. It's perfect for making a grilled cheese sandwich. And then it also freezes really well, and then you can just grate it on top for shredded cheese. It is easily the most versatile cheese sauce that I have figured out, and I use it for everything. We are gonna cook this for about 10 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. You want it to get a little bubbly and just heat it all the way through. So the cheese has a nice little golden brown on top of it, and that's kind of what you're looking for. It chars it just a little bit in a really nice way. You can add some additional toppings at this time. I'm gonna throw some green onions on here. Feel free to add any additional toppings that you want, some guacamole, some salsa, some sour cream, but I'm just gonna have it as is. It's so delicious. It has that queso flavor and the meatiness from the lentils. It's just so comforting, delicious, goody.
I hope you enjoyed Annie's takeover of the channel, where she shows you legit what she eats in a day No bells and whistles. If you enjoyed this kind of video, let us know in the comments down below. Hit that like button to let YouTube know to share with other people. And since you're still here, this video is all queued up for you, courtesy of the YouTube. And later on in the week, I have another video where Ephraim and I do some meal prep for high protein meals that teenagers enjoy as well as adults.